My name is Shana Robles. I run the aesthetics department at Deerwood Family Practice in San Antonio, Texas. We opened a little over 4 years ago and have approximately 4,000 patients. We see everyone from infants to the elderly. About a year and a half ago, we added aesthetics to our practice. The main reason for this was we weren't really sure where managed care was going and wanted to bring some cash revenue in. The problem was we just weren't seeing enough cash revenue with facials and chemical peels. So in January of last year, we purchased our first laser, and I'm very happy to say that our revenue has gone through the roof. I ran our revenue report on our laser services from mid-January when we got our laser through the end of December, and we have made just shy of $170,000. What should I look for in an aesthetic laser? Versatility, versatility, versatility. I can't stress it enough. Of course you want your laser to be effective, but versatility, the more treatments means more revenue. Power and efficacy, good results generates word of mouth and continuous referrals. Safety and ease of use, lasers should be safe and easy to use. Mobile capability, some practitioners expand their market area by having a laser that is portable. And low cost of ownership. Things to look at are service contracts, consumables, not just the price of the laser. When looking at versatility, the 1064 YAG laser energy absorbs in hemoglobin, melanin, and water. And as you can see in the chart, when you're looking at the comparison of your IPLs, the YAG laser, the 1064 YAG, covers all three areas. I had a conversation with a physician last week, and we were talking about all the different treatments I do, from the skin tightening, veins, hair removal, rosacea, fungus, and much more. And she stopped me and she said, "How many lasers do you have?" And I said, "I'll have one laser. It's a 1064 YAG." She goes, "I wish I would have known that." So there are lasers that can do a lot. And when we were researching our lasers, and that's what we were looking for. I didn't want to have to buy multiple lasers. I didn't want one laser to do hair removal, another laser to do toenail fungus, another laser to do vascular lesions. I wanted one laser that did it all. And I believe I found that. So the more treatments you can offer, the more revenue streams you can open. All of these treatments, skin rejuvenation, tightening, hair removal, veins, and acne, can be effectively performed with one device. When looking at power and efficacy, let's look at the laser depth penetration of the most popular IPLs. You've got the Q-switch, the KTP, pulse dye, alexandrite, the diode, and then you've got the 1064 YAG. And when you're looking at the different layers of the skin, you've got the epidermis, and that's where you would target your pigment, tone, and texture. And you've got the dermis, where you would target hair removal, vessels, skin rejuvenation and tightening, and acne. And the only laser that goes through the dermis is the 1064 YAG, therefore giving you the deeper penetration for greater results. Higher efficacy means happier clients, and happy clients means more referrals. Safety and ease of use. Do I need to use cooling gels or sprays? No, it's not necessary. Out of the hundreds of patients and clients that we've had, I think I've had 2 clients that wanted a numbing cream. Otherwise, it's very well tolerated. Can I treat all skin types and tan skin? Yes, you can treat all skin types. And that's credited to the 650 microsecond pulse. The laser energy passes through the epidermis so quickly, it doesn't have time to overheat the epidermal melanocytes, therefore avoiding the pigmentation risks associated with most lasers. So I have treated all skin types. Of course, your darker skin types, you're going to go on a lighter setting. If possible, can this device be easily delegated to physician extenders? Absolutely. Again, the machine is very easy to operate. It's got 3 lenses and 3 buttons for your settings. Happy patients who have been treated safely and gently with adverse effects will return for more treatments and will likely give referrals because they're going to tell their friends and their family what they're having done. When looking at mobile capability, everyone has a different need, whether it be moving your laser from one exam room to another or from one office to another. I know many physicians may be at one office for 2 days a week and then they're at another office for 2 days a week. Having a portable laser allows you to go from location to location. Low cost of ownership. What is the initial cost of the device and why? And these are all questions that you need to ask yourself. And as far as cost for a laser, you would refer to the representative for pricing and financing options. What are the per treatment costs? The only costs I incur is aloe vera. I use After Sun aloe vera and Aquaphor after my treatments, and I use it according to protocol. Do I need to buy an annual service contract? Not necessarily. Some companies require you purchase a service contract to have their warranty, and others do not. Just be aware that this is a question you will want to ask. Are there any extra hand pieces or consumables? With the laser we have, which is the Aerolase laser, the only consumable I have is the filter. And that filter doesn't get changed every day. It's only changed when it starts to discolor. Not unless I'm doing a toenail fungus. I do change after every fungus removal because I don't want to contaminate. But I would say last year I probably spent maybe $300 on filters for the entire year. Is this device reliable or does it need routine maintenance? I've had my Aerolase laser for a year and have not needed to send it in for any maintenance. The nice thing about it is it calibrates on its own. So I don't have to send it in to be calibrated because it does it periodically through the treatments. Your 5 steps to adding a highly profitable laser is looking at versatility, power and efficacy, ease and safety, mobile ability, and low cost to own. So keep those 5 things in mind when looking at adding a laser into your practice. Menu and pricing. So we do not quote prices over the phone or even on the internet. It's best to bring the patient in for a consultation. We do provide a free 15-minute consultation to all of our clients or patients. Have a set pricing for each treatment or combination of treatments. So we have package pricing and then we have pricing per treatment. The package pricing actually saves the client money because the pricing per treatment is going to be a little more. You can also discount on bundles. We do run some specials. I think our laser prices are competitive with the area around us. I typically will run specials maybe in combination with a filler, so a laser skin tightening and rejuvenation with a syringe of filler. And those specials go out periodically through the year. It is important to follow some basic steps in preparing the medical office for laser services, and I will go through each of these. Website and marketing, training, in-office marketing, introduction to current patient base, community outreach, and data retention. Having a website or custom web page is important to capture internet search traffic in your area. It also indicates new services on your home page. You can add a new page or tab dedicated to just laser services. You can include all the treatments that are available. I would encourage you to do it without pricing because it's important to get the client in. A call to action, we have free consultation promotion. So we'll put it on our website, we'll put it on our emails. Come in for your free consultation. And everybody loves something that's free, right? You can use the Aerolase provided materials for easy setup, and you can also link to the Aerolase website for added web traffic. As far as training, it's really important to let the staff feel what the laser treatments are like. Our staff, they get free laser treatments. That's one of the perks for them selling the services. Because I'm in a treatment room, I'm not answering the phones, and I'm not seeing all the patients that are coming in and going out. So it's really important that my front two girls at the front desks are aware of all the services. They know how they feel. I mean, I've walked out and they're showing their legs, or, where they had a vein, they're showing before and after pictures. So it's really important that you get your front staff involved. Ensure that they're knowledgeable on the laser and all the procedures. Train your front staff, the receptionists, to deal with customers asking for treatments. Basically, they don't quote any prices. They let everyone know that there is a free 15-minute consultation because there are lots of options available, and then that's when they come in and see me. And Aerolase also provides in-office hands-on clinical training for you and your staff. In-office marketing. All the old stuff. You don't want any clutter. All the old collateral material needs to go. The only thing we leave out is collateral material that's making you money. So all the pharmaceutical brochures, those are in the cabinet with the samples. So if we've got somebody that needs, some more information, we can grab it. The MAs can grab it and hand it to them, or the PA, physician, anybody in the office can grab it and hand them the information. What we have in our waiting room is our laser material, posters, before and afters, brochures. We also have, of course, our Botox fillers and weight management. Those are the things that we keep throughout the office, and then everything else is in a cabinet. We also have our DVD looping 24/7 on the laser. So when they're waiting in the lobby or the waiting area, they can watch the actual laser being performed. And so we always get questions when they come into the exam rooms or et cetera. They're going, oh, I saw that it did this. And so that's how we get appointments that way as well. We also have all of our trifolds and information in the bathrooms as well as treatment rooms. You want to make sure that you've got your phone system set up to where you're running information about the services, your laser services or packages and things like that that you offer. And you can display a menu of your aesthetic services in your waiting area as well. Introduction to current patient base. Email, email, email. We email monthly, sometimes twice a month, to our existing patient base. You can choose to include introductory offers, and we make a big deal about birthdays. So an example would be for a birthday month, they can get half off their skin tightening and rejuvenation. Everybody takes advantage of that because that's the only time they're going to get a significant discount on their laser is their birthday month. And we get patients and clients that are regulars that have laser. They bought several packages and they still take advantage of getting it half off on their birthday month. Or we get new clients that way. They've never done it before, but they're too afraid to pay full price for it, but they want to try it. So they try it on their birthday month for half price, and then they buy the additional package after that. So rather than seeking laser clients with billboards and advertisements, you can focus on the patients that you already have a connection with, and they will bring their friends and family. So we did $170,000 last year, and we did no outside advertising. None. I did buy a banner and stick it outside of our office. So that was the only advertising we did. As far as community outreach, you can coordinate an open house, you can invite customers, friends, family, staff, do a ladies' night out. I also like to network with local businesses, and I'll tell you where the gold mine is. It is at the hair salon. So partner with your hairstylist, do an event with her, because all of those ladies that are going in and having their hair done, they want to look their best. Those are the perfect aesthetics client. You can also send a press release to your local newspaper. You know, if the cost is right, you can do some advertising if you need to. It's all about creating some buzz. When looking at data retention, you want to make sure you know where your customers are coming from. So on our client intake form, it says, how did you hear about us? Most of ours is patients or somebody who knew somebody, that it's all word of mouth. They usually have somebody's name on there. So you'll want to track where your clients are coming from. Unlike medical patients, aesthetic clients don't need treatments, they want treatments. They are willing to pay cash and they expect results. Clients need to understand exactly what to expect during and after their treatment. For example, what they will see, how they will feel. I'm very clear. You must set their expectations. If they just had skin tightening and rejuvenation, they're not going to leave with tight skin and can be completely rejuvenated. That's not how the laser works. It is a process. Their cells have to regenerate. So they may notice a difference 2 to 3 weeks out. I always encourage them to do a package of 3 because then you're going to see the best results with a package of 3. They also need to adhere to a skin regimen after their treatments because you can only do so much with a treatment. They're still going to have to wear their sunscreen and use whatever recommendations you're making. And the consultation is also an excellent opportunity for cross-selling. You know, we'll have clients come in and they're like, oh, my daughter's getting married 2 months from now, you know, and I want to look my best. Or I've got a reunion, you know, next year and I want to look my best. So then at the consultation, which of course is free, but you can choose to do what you want. You could do an entire package of laser Botox fillers, so you're looking at several $1,000s in that package. So it's a good opportunity to cross-sell services in the clinic. As far as financing your purchase, you can arrange your own financing or ask Aerolase. They've got various options for financing. When it came to malpractice insurance, I was added to our current policy, and that cost us about $600 a year to do, so it wasn't astronomical. Forms and documents, all the forms are provided by Aerolase. These include your consent forms, your treatment recording sheets, and patient post-treatment guidelines, which I always use. I want to make sure they're fully informed on what they need to be doing after a treatment. As far as documentation, I prefer to put my documentation under notes in Allscripts. That's the system we use, and that's what is easy for us, and then it goes in their chart. Okay, so hopefully I was able to answer a bunch of questions for you. I know we've got some listed here. I've got a question that says, what do you use besides aloe? I use aloe vera. So after any of my hair removals and skin tightening, rejuvenation, anything that causes the skin to be red, I will use aloe vera. If it's for veins or angiomas, anything that's going to cause some sort of scabbing, then I'll use the Aquaphor. And I've got a couple of other questions. How much training did you need to effectively use the laser? We did 1 day of training. We had patients, we did a bunch. We tried to do a bunch of different treatments with our patients, and we also charged. We charged a discounted price for them to get the treatment. So that's something to consider as well. So it was 1 day of training, but we did practice on each other in the office, and it probably took me about 3 or 4 weeks to have most of the protocols down. So I don't need to reference those anymore. So it's just, it's fairly easy. Do you charge for consultations? No. I don't charge for the consultation because that consultation is 15 minutes and it can turn into thousands of dollars. So no, I don't charge for a consultation. Do patients typically pay by cash, check, or credit card? I take cash, check, and credit card. So however they want to pay, it's up to them. There are other options. You may have care credit, which is a financing option for your patients, or you may be able to work out a payment plan as well. Yes, and as far as skin types, you can use the Aerolase laser for all Fitzpatrick skin types. Just remember, on the darker skin tones, you will want to go on a lower energy mode setting, which would be like 3 or 4. And you can always do a test spot behind somebody's ear if you're concerned. I typically don't do that because I'm so familiar with the laser. I'd rather start lower and then higher. So on darker skin tones, I'll always start lower. How do you handle referrals from other physicians? Well, being that we're family practice, we usually don't get referrals from other physicians, but I do get referrals from current clients and patients. And it's really important, and I'll give you an example. I had a client send me 5 patients, or 5 new clients, in 1 month. All 5 of those clients purchased packages. So the one that sent me the referrals, I gave her 2 free skin tightening and rejuvenation treatments. So you want to make sure you're taking care of the people that are referring to you by either giving them a discount or maybe a free, depending on what they've sent you, a free service. Do you give a discount if a patient pays upfront for a package of treatments? My packages are already discounted if they pay for the whole thing up front. My individual services cost more because technically then I'm financing it. So individual services cost more. Packages are obviously a better deal if they can afford to do that. Do you fillers and do laser on the same patient visit? Absolutely. You're going to want to laser prior to the injectables for either filler or Botox. And we explain to them, if you're worried about bruising, absolutely. You want to do some skin tightening and rejuvenation, let's do it right before your filler or your Botox. And I would say 50% of the time, they go ahead and sign up for laser, skin tightening and rejuvenation, and then go over and get Botox and fillers. Here's a good one. How often do patients sign up for a completely new type of treatment after finishing with the first one? When it comes to my number one treatment is skin tightening and rejuvenation. So I usually sell that in a package of 3. So after they finish their first 3 treatments, I've had many come back and purchase another 3 treatments because they're telling me their skin has never looked better. And they're very, very happy with the treatment. I also let them know that I can't stop time and I can't stop gravity, and you're going to have to do some maintenance. I am not a miracle worker. I can slow things down. So it's completely up to them. I give them lots of options. I have some clients that come every 6 weeks for a treatment. If they're a regular, they come every 6 weeks, I've discounted that treatment. They've already purchased 2 or 3 packages, and they've decided they're going to continue with the treatments, and so they're coming every 6 weeks, and then I'll give them a discount for that treatment. And then I have clients that have done the treatment of 3, and then they want to get on a maintenance program. So my suggestion to them is a quarterly treatment. Of course, they get their birthday treatment half off, so everyone takes advantage of that. And then they go just quarterly, or you can do a twice a month or twice a year maintenance. It depends on budget for many. What are my preferred treatments with the Aerolase device? Well, I like them all. They're all, it's really what everyone else prefers. Again, skin tightening rejuvenation is my number one. I do a lot of vascular lesions. I have a lot of patients and clients that come in for pigmented lesions. And then, of course, we do a lot of toenail fungus. Here's one. How long does it take to set up and close down the laser? I leave mine set up. I just unplug it every day, and I leave it set up in the exam room. And then I have a lock on the door, so I don't want anybody to disturb it, so I lock my door. So as far as length of time, how long does the facial skin rejuvenation treatment take? It will probably take you 30 minutes. You can do it in I'm pretty thorough because with my skin tightening and rejuvenation, because of what I charge, I will go in and do if there's some angiomas or vessels around the nose, I'll go ahead and do those as well. A lot of times they'll have wheels, which is your oil glands that need to be lasered, so I'll go in and do extra things. So I usually book it for 30 minutes for the treatment. As far as the test spot, I would wait probably a week. You should know something in a week if anybody would have a reaction. And with darker skin, it would be some sort of blister. And as far as treating patients the same day as a consultation, if I have time, if I don't have anybody booked, then I will treat them the same day. And of course, you have all your laser consent forms and everything for them to sign ready, and they're provided by Aerolase. Okay. Perfect. So if we did not get to your question, we will get those answered and emailed back to you. And I want to thank everybody for joining us this evening. There will be a survey sent and emailed to you. It takes about 60 seconds to fill out, so if you would please fill that out. And again, I want to thank you for your time, and I hope you have a good evening. I am signing off. You have